Hmm. Hmm. What?
Otherwise, we're going to get so confused because there are a million things you can do. And so you just have to perfect your own art, and hopefully there'll be room for it.
Good evening, Kurt. How are you? I kind of started this a little early because I'm testing out the software that links it all, and it worked out pretty good. So I guess I didn't need the extra 10 minutes, but that's okay. It's okay. Now I'm just hanging out. I'm gonna do the 8 p.m. Sydney, announce the winners, do our secret code for another prop firm giveaway. If I could just get a little bit more on the prop firm side, I would be able to get a whole bunch of accounts to get away. But for right now, they're out of my pocket. All out of my pocket, so. Good evening, good evening. Let's see if I can't find the secret code. It's somewhere in this long chat. Okay. I'll post that. I'll post it. I'm gonna drop the Zoom link in the group. I just think it's funner when you hang out with people versus talk to yourself. I mean, I know other people do it all the time, but for me, I have my YouTube linked to my Zoom for live streaming, but I'm gonna do a different software next week. One more giveaway tonight, and I'm gonna go grab that link now because now's the actual time it's supposed to start. Now.
Bueno, bueno, bueno.
Now that I have 8,758 windows open and we're about ready to get started. Oh man, except for it's all misplaced too. Please forgive me. Whoops. Man, still won't make the move to the downside. Hello everyone, hello. Obviously this is already recorded, so I don't have to re-record it, don't have to click that. Just disclaimer, well duh, you already know that. Prop firms, Apex just sent out a huge message, 90% off, so if you're ever gonna buy any, this would be the time you buy a whole bunch. And then just don't trade them all at the same time. Low and slow, low and slow. You don't have to trade them all today, it's totally fine. Low and slow is the idea, so 90% off, use code 6FTC. You guys already know the drill. And hopefully, with any luck, you'll be the next $2.6 million payout. I think that's the biggest one in history, is what people are saying. So, don't ask me though. I don't know for sure. I do not know for sure, but I'm going to turn down this music. Is the music too loud? How was it over my voice? Because I feel like if I turn it down to there, it's still pretty quiet. But tell me if that's not loud enough. Tell me if that's too loud. I'll do my best to put up both chats. There's your disclaimer. We do have our giveaway. We have our winner today. I guess we'll start with him. We'll start with our winner. First off, he is an asset by all means in all things that we do inside of our community. We'll pull up the winner from last week's, and this was actually a 2-week challenge, is Lyndon. So he's been an asset, everything trading view. He's just been great with questions, great inside the community, just a really cool member to have in there. So he is the winner of our last 50K prop firm challenge. We'll be in touch with him. I think he had some difficulties with his email, but we'll get it all sorted. So congratulations to you. And then somewhere halfway through this, I'll announce the secret code that goes into the little algorithm that spits out the winner and helps people, you know, win the next 50K challenge. That's really all we're trying to do, is just win the next 50K challenge over and over and over again. So that's that. Obviously, inside of our community, we have a lot of people just doing so many great things, from prop firms to trades to all kinds of different things. So they're doing the dang thing, and I could not be more proud. They've done everything from make $250,000 overnight to getting their first payout after many, many years, to passing after many, many years, to have automation that's going pretty good, which it's just so awesome to kind of be a part of that. So that's what we're doing there. And as always, our automation is going really, really well. We played it really small. So as you guys can see, first off, we're not running it every day. Second off, we don't have it running as soon as market opens. Today's a good reason as to why. But on the week, we're still hitting our overall goals, which is really all we can ask for. So not as much, not as heavy, doing our best to avert risk, and that's that. But we're a couple minutes before the 8 p.m. hour. That is the 6-figure trading coach, or 6FTC 8 p.m. breakout strategy. I like the 2 minutes. Of course, there's going to be 1,000 people with different variables, and we'll get to that here in a second. But let me go to minimize that as well. In theory, that should minimize it. Maybe not. Close. Kind of close. But here we go. We've got the same window from class today, which is kind of awesome. We drew up this imbalance, which is where we were targeting. We hit that imbalance, played around there, up, down, all around. And then when market opened, we gapped up again. There's just gaps everywhere in this market. It's so much fun. But here we go, trying to drop again. I'm going to turn that down for a moment. We're on the 30-minute time frame on NQ. We've got up yesterday's high and yesterday's low, and then this morning's pre-market high and this morning's pre-market low, which we can remove. But obviously, for the most part, if we look to the left, we can clear this next level, and there's another gap. So we have another imbalance to be targeting. This other next imbalance is our next piece of the pie, which at this point, it's anybody's game. Who thinks, I put a poll in the chat, who thinks they're going to fill the gap tonight? Because we haven't been filling gaps as regularly. We have not been filling the gaps as regularly as we used to could. Trying to move this off screen. I think I'll cover that. I'm hoping a gap fills, but look, this one's more recent, but this one's just as prevalent. And they're everywhere. They're really everywhere, especially if you go to regular trading hours, there's a gap. You can blink and you trip over them. They're everywhere. So this is a huge gap we can go ahead and finish filling. We may as well. But we'll see if we can't come back into here and then trade up. Ugh. So much. So much volume. And it's not even, the afternoon seemed to be the clearest, crispest part of the day, which is not the time most of us wanted to be trading. But that's NQ. We'll put on indicators here in a second. We're just going to take a look. This is ES. We know what we're looking for. We broke up, we came back down, we broke up, we came back down, and we just gapped all the way up. But again, this gap has already been filled, and now it's been filled twice. So in theory, we should have a clear path to the downside. This has already been taken care of, but if there still remains an imbalance, we're going to come even further up, grab the rest of the liquidity that's not even there before we fill this down here. So this is the move we caught up today, came up into it, came all the way back down to open, came all the way back up. These were smooth moves. Well, I took a foolish trade at the beginning. The big trade of the day was beautiful, straight up to the moon. And I haven't looked too much at YM, but it's pretty comparable. There's no lingering gap at that level here. So we'll see. On 2 out of 3, we don't have a big reason to be pushing up, but I don't know what pushed us up the 2 or 3%, 3 to 1.5% on the day. And we pushed up anyway. Gold gap down. We were looking at this trade this morning. I didn't actually take it. I was looking at it and I did not take it. I was busy just clicking around, so many different windows and things open on the day. So I missed my gold trade, but we called it beautifully. We came back in. That was 50% of the range of the opening bell range, kind of exactly what we wanted to see. Came straight to target, retested back into the area of interest, and then straight back down to target. Gap down. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. That was our final target on the day. And we cleared them all. Every single one of them. So, hey Glenn, how are you? Joshua, you think we're going to fill it today? It fills, huh? 77% say yes. 77% say yeah. We'll see. We'll see. Look at how this is respecting. Yes, we still have about 4 minutes until 8 p.m. We pushed up. Nice little sweep. But this candle's not giving us any oomph. Also not giving us any oomph whatsoever. Just none. Just none so far. But we'll see. Are you in a sell? Full disclaimer, I'm in a sell already. I was trying to play out with Trader Sync, whatever that is. I don't think I love it because the ATM tends to mess it up. There's no master controls like the daily locks and stuff like that. For some reason, Take Profit Trader doesn't have that. They're just not working on Take Profit Trader, which I find to be strange, but that's a topic for another day, I suppose. No, wait, no, Breakout. Oh, gotcha. Breakout, we might even pull up into this range before we pull down. This is the 2-minute time frame. So let's get our indicators back on. We're sitting above our moving average. Bitcoin's going wild. We're sitting below our moving average. Just no, I would have loved to see it here. Pull back. 4 minutes, huh? I would love to see it here. But we'll see. We'll see. ES is up 1.83 on the day. Doesn't have a big looming gap. NQ does. Is already up 2. And YM is up 1.5. Doesn't have a big looming gap. So potential little head and shoulders formation for those who want to follow that. We've got 2 minutes to really get below this moving average. Because even if we only come into here, that's still a great trade. Even if all we do is get our little sell into here, You're not giving it as much room. The highs. What is that? It's 2.25. That's not bad at all. Easy peasy. Well, we're on the 2 minute. If it looks too choppy, you can go up a time frame. If it looks too choppy, that will be the idea, is to go up a time frame. Otherwise, we have nothing, literally nothing, but a huge gap to the downside. 1 minute left. Half a minute left, more accurately. Most recent big candle is bullish, at least on this time frame. And on most of the other bigger ones too. Yes. And Q. Let's double check to make sure that this is set properly. Oh, nope. Good thing I looked. Totally customizable, so you can use whatever time you want. There we go. I'm pushing up already. We really want to see us break down past that, but there's still a fair value gap, a little imbalance right there. And a little bit more to the downside. What are we on, NQ? We already broke through that. We really want to get below this. Should be logged in. 2 minute time frame forming a doji. 1 minute left. Joshua, are you waiting for the close? Or are you waiting for it to touch? What are you doing in terms of your Sydney or your New York?
What's up, Jen?
How are you doing?
I'm good. All right. So it just depends. Like sometimes I may wait for the close. It just depends on how many seconds do I have left for
that candle.
That 2 minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That sometimes that super rush happens. You know, obviously Sydney is slower than New York, but sometimes if it's hitting too hard, Jenny, I got to get in.
Right.
You know? But you know, sometimes if I miss it and it just goes too far and I'm not able to get the close, I just wait for higher time frame confirmation, like 5 minute, 15. You know, same thing you do in the morning.
But like I said this morning, the only problem is waiting for the close. Sometimes that closes all the way up here, and by then it's gone. Like you shouldn't be entering by the time it gets to here.
Right. And I entered at perfect time this morning, just perfect trading. And then when you did the opposite, I was like, oh Lord.
I sure did too. I took a sell first and then a buy. My bias kicked my butt, didn't follow the rules. That's okay. I'll take my one loss, and then well, today we only took the two, and I didn't take the gold, so that's okay. I'll take it. I'll take it with a smile. But man, I was anxious. I wanted this 50% retest. I was like, okay, I think we're coming down a little bit before we go.
Right.
Well, that's part of it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay, we're waiting. Wick to the downside. This wick carried us all the way in to fill that imbalance. That was a bullish imbalance that we just filled. And we're waiting. Let me pull this up off screen. Hold on. I've got the 1 hour and the 15 up off screen. What is this? The 2 minute time frame. Bullish, looking like we're gonna go grab this. A minute left on this candle, and that is breaking. That's NQ. Yes. We wicked up, but no follow through. Today's anybody's market. And we've already filled that. We left a little bit of money on the table there, but we've already cleared the highs. We've already cleared the liquidity in theory. So the trap has already been filled, but there's traps on both sides of this. There's gaps everywhere. Wick to the upside, wick to the down. And I'm waiting. Being more patient than I was this morning. It's hard though, because again, I've got this long-standing track record that says, hey girl, you've got it 90% of the time. So it's really hard for me to just completely dump my bias and say, wait, I'm gonna follow these rules exactly. It's not as some days it's easier than others. Today we've got gaps on both sides on everything but what is it, ES and YM? ES is the and YM don't have a big gap prevalent, just sitting up here. Makes me really want to sell it. But my bias is not going to be it. So I promise I will do my best. Don't promise to always win. I've gotten much tighter at management. I'm still looking for a really good copier that I just don't think very hard to do. Hard to get that perfect copy situation. There's the break. That's NQ and then ES. We know NQ has the gap to the upside. We know that without a doubt. So that's our buy. These are not the right settings. Pulling that down. Pulling this in. That's a 2-minute. You can give it there to there. This is Asian session, so I shouldn't be super over leveraging. But we'll see. These are preset, mostly for ES, but I'll take it. It makes it easier. Nope, there. Already pulled back. Nope, there. Already pulled back. NQ, we're already pulling back. Negative 145 bucks. I really don't want it to close below the 50% mark. So I'll let it wick around, okay, and just try to keep my stop loss out of the way. I'll let it wick around as much as I need to, and then hopefully it takes off in that direction. We've got the touch, and we've got yet another candle, though it doesn't even look like we're going to close in that direction. Have you tried, Anthony? Have you tried Trade Sinker? I was playing with it for half of today. I was like, okay, that's enough of the tech stuff. I don't think I'm going to stick with it because A, it doesn't have a master, like meaning, hey, I'm allowed to set a total amount on that account for a loss or take profit. B, I don't know. Let me at least do the couple of days playing with it before I decide. But C, from everything that I went through disclaimer wise, they say they have quite a few issues in terms of ATM, and most of my stuff is managed with ATM. So most of it's managed with a stop that's going to keep moving with this. Like this one won't, but Trade of 8 will. So like I can be in my buy. It's going to lock it pretty quick within a couple of points on ES. And then after it's up, what is it, like 8? Well, this market, I'm giving it a lot more loose room, but 8-10 points, then it starts to trail pretty aggressively. And of course, I have settings like that for NQ, ES, and gold. I don't have any for YM.
Jenny, quick question. So, right, what we're looking at now, you're, correct me if I'm wrong, you're waiting for the price to reverse off of that I'm going to call it a middle line. And then once it crossed that green line, that's when you placed your buy. Is that correct?
So we broke out of the top of this breakout range. So this is what made me buy.
Yeah, okay.
But we really don't have any or we're not going anywhere. This should be a momentum situation. The fact that we're not, by the time we got up into here, I could have easily scooted my take profit up and said, okay, I'm either going to win or lose a small amount. Because the idea is we want this to happen reasonably quickly. And it's not happening reasonably quickly. So very likely to lose, but we'll see. I'm going to give it half of this range as a stop loss. So my mental stop loss is at that 50% mark. But I don't mind if a candle wicks around a couple of times or a couple of minutes. Because then, go ahead.
What's your definition of reasonably quickly in this case?
We're in Asian session, so it shouldn't take hours, but I mean, New York should happen pretty quick. And most days it does, but some days it's choppy. This one should happen less quick than New York, but I don't know. It's also how the candles are moving. There's no oomph. I think all the oomph went out right here. Not only did we gap up 1 billion points. How many points did we gap up? This is NQ. We gapped up 1 billion points, but then we kept going. So we gapped up literally 1.5%, almost 300 points, and kept going and have stayed there. So maybe the oomph has been spent already for today.
Markets are looking really thin too. The spread is opening up to 2 ticks every now and then. And so it's doing price discovery.
Hey, Scott, how are you?
I'm doing all right. I saw you popping in.
I'm doing it.
That's
doing
it.
the
I'm
dang
out.
thing.
Um,
Doing it.
Nice
That's
break to
it.
the downside.
That's it. 50 seconds left. Let's see if it's going to close in a wick or if it's going to push below. It's going to push below. Hold on. I'm just trying to follow these rules as humanly perfect as possible. We're all superhuman. We're going to make our human mistakes. That's going to be part of it, guys. We can't code for that. You can with automation, but other than automation, there's no way to get past your human level mistakes. When I'm doing this breakout with you guys, I'm just trying to go as close to robotic as humanly possible. So we broke, cool, we got it. We came back up and retest a little. We got it. That's a reason to buy. 10 seconds left, out on that. Got a bearish momentum candle. Now I'd be looking to what? The limit. Hopefully we get a bit of a retest right back into this level. Might not, it might take off literally without us. Let's hope we do. And that's it. Just a little bit up. Watch it take off literally without me. I'll get my pending order set. I'll bring it down just a smidge. We'll check ES, which is probably doing the exact... Oh, ES was the better one today. IM and gold. Gold has a big gap to the upside. This is our first close outside. We're buying. These settings I'm using here were meant originally for ES. So for now, I'm going to leave those outside there. Let this come all the way back up into that range. As we come into here, I'm going to lock profit. NQ likely didn't even activate. It's going to take off without us. Funny how it wouldn't move at all and drops, and now it's going to leave without me. I'll leave this here, but I'm not going to move it down any further. I'm not going to leave it down any further. ES has a great move to the downside too. Freaking fantastic. But no. Pull this up. 5 minute we broke out and already closed. That's why you can't wait for the close. 15 minute we still have another 3 minutes left on that range. Another 3 minutes left on this range. And now we're going to activate. But look at the tails to the downside. Sadly, I can't just drag and drop because I activated this with the pending. So I'm going to have to go all the way down into here. The buy limit. I'm going to try to keep this out of the way. Put a buy limit. Buy stop more accurately. As we push down a little more, I'll protect.
I was hoping to add in on that retrace and I wasn't fast enough.
I
It was
couldn't.
really fast.
That's NQ. We got wicked in barely. Yes. This is the 15-minute range finishing now. I would have liked to get in on this retest, but you only have so many eyes. You only have so much mental and emotional capital. On my major mirrored accounts, I'm still holding my sells on ES. I took one loss on the buy on NQ, and I'm almost break even on that buy with my sell. But I do need to go over to...
I didn't even see when that sale happened. That's how quick it was. I didn't even notice it. And it's too late.
Blue Guardian. Blue Guardian's not bad. ES is not bad. So Robert, you said you're too late.
Yeah,
I'm not
because
a
I
big
didn't even
fan.
see when that sale started. It's like I looked up and you already earned $285. I didn't even see it when it happened.
That's okay. So like, I'm not a big fan of taking every trade because if you're wrong on the direction and every trade is wrong, that's the entire account. Like, so I'm okay with trading a mini, but I'm not okay with trading all the minis on one time. But what I would do is take my win or loss. Remember, this is the 15-minute time frame, okay? So 15-minute time frame, we still have 1 minute left on this candle. We're likely to pull up 50%. That's very, very probable, okay? It's okay if that happens. If you have a Project X platform, this is a great time to put on a micro and see if you're gonna fill the whole gap. A micro is, gosh, hold on, to fill the gap is $4.50, about $450 on ES, one micro. And you don't even have to think about it a lot. You can protect halfway or before you go to sleep. And if you win, you win, you lose. Even with full risk, well beyond the top, that's still only risking 175 for 450 profit. Up to 75 now. 15-minute, another wick. But look at all this rejection. That's one reason I really don't want to hold this unprotected. I'd rather get knocked out with some. If I was watching and babysitting this trade, I would have got knocked out with some as this pulled back up on a smaller time frame. Real talk, because as this comes down, if that's 375-ish K of how much this is up at a time, get out with your 250, 300, and worst case, you can get back in. But losing it goes against all the things a lot of those prop firms do. And it's a massive headache. So you're better off. Is this going to knock you out? Yep, it is going to knock you out. But you can always get back in. ES is just now breaking that 15-minute range, or attempting to. So that's your 15-minute. It's going to be a little slower. We're not getting it yet. I don't want to do this one because it won't give me my stop loss and stuff. Not if I do it that way.
Look at that wick and tail on 2 minute NQ. It's crazy.
Give this the whole range. I have a mental stop loss at that 50% mark, meaning as we come into that, I don't want to give it the whole range if I don't have to. Like today, for example, it is the whole range, but I don't always have to. So mental stop loss 50%. Short.
I'm setting a take profit for the top of the gap. Fairly likely to get touched.
That's what I want to. That's what
I'm
I
only
want.
risking $22 to make 170.
That's not bad at all. My trails are kicking in on my bigger sells. I don't want them to because I'd like it to be an outsized trade, but I can't get to an outsized trade. I get knocked out every time. But it's a good way to make sure I'm babying that profit. I'm really babying. There you go. Now we're active. When I'm winning. Worst case, the hardest struggle I have at this point is not getting back in when I'm knocked out of a winner or when I'm wrong. That's probably the biggest struggle because the way I'm mapping it on Tradeovate, it does it automatically, and then I'm mostly pretty safe most of the time. Not always, not perfect, can't be perfect as much as we try. That's that 50% retest we're getting now. All the way back up there.
And we just bounced off a 2 minute 50.
Is your guys' volume profile VWAPs all different on every platform like it is on mine? I feel like
It
it
depends
is.
on how it's calculated.
Scott, I thought about you today. I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a picture of all my settings because I'm not crazy and this is all wrong. I'm not kidding you. So I was thinking about it. You can laugh at me later, but how different it is. I was like, wait, and I sat there and I put the settings next to each other. I was like, this is, for example, NQ, and on 1 2 minute was below the VWAP. That was their testing point before we got that big drop. And it was above on a different platform, and it was on all the same settings. And it's the same thing with volume profile. Volume profile had the point of control right where price was sitting, and of course on a different platform, it was further down. You know, if you're targeting that, that's a big deal for everything.
Look at where it's anchored.
I'm sorry?
It's going to be probably some kind of auto anchoring VWAP. So it sets it at a particular point in time. So you might want to check and see what the anchor settings are. That's where it catches up with real price.
Yeah, instead of starting at this session, it starts at like trends or something. I can't remember how it works.
Baby steps. Take profit. We're looking good. It's just going to chop around. The hardest part is just not watching it. It's not babysitting it. My major target is still going to be the bottom of this little area. If you have a runner or an FX account or like a Project X account, by all means, you guys can allow that to kind of run a little bit longer. If you're doing any kind of end of trailing drawdown situations, don't let it run. Take what you get and then get out. Take what you get and then get out. You don't need to give it all of that room. But we'll see. We'll see if we have enough oomph now. Formed head and shoulders. That's a yes. Then it's off. We're pushing up. And that's that.
It's
Sold in
possible
15
we don't
point
have enough
positive
to
so
sell
far.
them.
Closed with $500. Good job, Kurt. Hey, didn't know you were live. Awesome. Hey, Forex J. Anthony, what do you mean ATM is the issue with it? Yeah, they don't they won't allow any kind of management, and that's the same problem I have with. Sometimes it happens so fast. What closed on one broker will reopen inaccurately on another broker, or broker's the wrong word, but another account. And that's a problem. I even had that problem with Replicanto. So maybe you won $500 per account, but then it, misactivated and it's the wrong way now, or however it plays out. It's just the little dumb things. And I don't know that Trade Syncer is going to have enough as a standalone product to save that. I will test, I will play, but I don't know if that's the solution, because I need it to happen effectively. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be effective. No copier even in our other industry was perfect, but it has to be effective. And right now, most of these are still lacking in effectivity. Like, that's not a word, but it's not quite there.
Hey, Jen,
Go ahead.
what do you think about okay, so let's just use one prop firm for instance, right? Like Take Profit.
Mhm.
You utilize Tradeovate, right? And you utilize Tradeovate to copy your 3 to 5 accounts. What do you think about that? I think I've heard you talk about it a lot, but I'm just
Well, Tradeovate. So if I only wanted to take profit trader, that would be perfect. And ultimately, like, real talk, other than me doing these YouTubes and building this brand and everything,
Yep.
truthfully, that's likely what I would do.
Yep.
I would have my AMP account flush with 20-ish K. I would withdraw anytime it's getting, too much over 100% gains, okay? Even 50% gains, I'd probably take out that much and just, that's bill money, okay? That's, hey, my lifestyle, my bills, my kids are taking care of money. It's not a Maserati, I know, but people have got to start somewhere. So that is where I would start, is, hey, this is, because remember, trading was my income source for the vast majority of the last many years. So that's always my first thought process, is income source first. I mean, this all doesn't even pay the staff that we have running most of it. Like, maybe when we get 100 people or something, they'll be different. But right now, everything is still mostly investment income is where I pay my bills from. So with that said, if I only wanted to trade one broker, Apex has 20 accounts. Of course, I want to do $1 million payout. It's hard. So many mistakes. It's so hard. If it's not one thing, it's another. And it really sucks to make that many mistakes on a 20 account package, and then having to start over. It's time. I probably would just use Take Profit Trader, do the 3 accounts at a time, one always funded and ready for the next one, and one always an eval stage, and just kind of keep doing that. But I want to do something bigger, and I want to test all these different firms. So if I want to build in more than one place, I need something that's going to mirror from, Take Profit Trader, Apex, Blue Guardian. I use Project X, so that's not significant, but whatever, Blue Sky or Funded Next or My Funded Futures. Tick Trader they probably wouldn't be the 4th company I decided to represent. They're okay, but nothing amazing to write home about, at least not from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Funded Next probably looks to be the best one, because they give you credits for how much you spend. B, their cost, their buried entry is affordable. C, they give you back a portion of what you've made in your eval. So like that's probably how I would do it. But you can make enough. Like if it's you, just stick with take profit trader.
I think so. Like sitting down, breaking it all down, and if I was like, I nickname it Scott. Like Scott just really he risks very low when he trades. So just risking the regular 5% would take profit of the 2,000. I mean, you talking $100, $125 trade, and just you can manage to get 2 payouts a month. You can manage to get stretch it to $3,000 a month from one account, and you do 3 accounts or 5 accounts. Like that's good. That's from my take, it's about $6,000 on the low end a month.
Wait, isn't that what I said this morning was $6,000 a month?
I think so. I think so. That's crazy. That's crazy. But I walked at the park today, and as I had a talk with God, I was thinking like 6,000. I can do that. Like this is what I did with my Forex funds with one account. But I was over leveraging back in the day. But now just disciplining and just building off of this one account, buying more props, but staying with this same company while they are paying like they're paying, hey, 3 to 5 accounts is $6K is really good a month.
6K is good a month. Hold up, guys. You guys are in profit if you have all 3 of these running. You're in profit even after accounting for that loss. But I digress. Honestly, Josiah, like how much are
Josiah,
whatever, I can't get it right. The little boy on my team, I kept calling him Joshua, and he looks at me with that side eye, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Okay.
Okay, go ahead, G.
It's okay. I'm just gonna call you J.
Just say J. Just J. It's fine.
Just J. You're risking 5% per trade, but how many trades are you taking a day? Because for the people who are taking like 5 trades a day, you're already risking too much. You've only got like 2 bad days, and the account is gone. Yeah.
So I'm pretty profitable over the years to this point, very disciplined. Only risk 3 trades a session. Typically, now that I'm in class with you in the morning, I typically just do class with you in the morning, but now it's like, okay, I could do Sydney. Now I do switch it a little bit because I'm in the getting the funded into the funded stage. I'm in the challenge. So I trade I was telling David, my brother, I trade a little bit differently than I do when I'm funded, Jenny. So when I'm not funded, I tend to over leverage just a little bit because I know I'm used to passing a prop firm in like 1 day, 1 or 2 days, 3, but now that Take Profit has the consistency rule, I don't go crazy on it. I do the rules. I'm over the consistency rule now. It's just a matter of just getting to the 3,000. But I had a talk with myself today. I'm risking like $125, $135 a trade on right now, so I can get myself in that mind frame and get ready for when I am funded, because they do have trailing drawdown too, so I have to respect all of that as well. So
no, for real, they definitely.
But I don't overtrade, Jenny. I do not.
That's the real question, because I feel like people are justifying, hey, 5% risk is not that much, and as a standalone statement, that's the truth. But when you basket it with the fact that most of these people are taking 2 pre-market, 3 during New York, 7 during afternoon because they were bored or lunch happened or there was a great move, 18 at Asian because I don't even know why. They got up in the middle of the night to pee, and then all of a sudden London looked really appealing, and they're like, oh, well, how did I blow my account? I only did 5%, because you took 87 trades in a day.
Yep.
That's the problem.
Yep.
But yeah, sorry. It's a big topic. I want people to kind of understand is the problem with this industry is, if you think about it, and this is a great little, I think, really, really good message for anybody who has ears to hear. Most of us started trading for time freedom, and all of a sudden now we're selling our time constantly. And I get it. Everyone wants another YouTube channel. Everyone wants to be watching a streamer taking a trade, learning a strategy, playing with the tool, testing out a service, buying a challenge, just over and over again. And you're sacrificing the one thing you actually joined this business to gain, which is money. But most of us wanted money for time freedom from our bosses, from the rat race of not having the freedom to do what we really wanted to do in life. So just don't give it all back over trading nonstop. That's the wrong way. Wrong way.
And don't forget that what we're trying to do is steal meat from the lion. And the more times you go back to try and get meat from the lion, that lion's hungry. He's going to try to take the meat back from you.
Great analogy.
And you might end up being the meat.
Scott's the wise one. He always has this like perfect way of saying something. He'll take my 87 sentences and he'll put it in this like 2 or 3 sentence package. And it's just so clear and wise and profound. I'm like, see, that's what I said. Not exactly, but that's exactly what I meant. No, that's
Well,
awesome.
time freedom is one part of it, but don't let Mr. Market have at your money either.
No, good advice.
You can walk away with money in your pocket. You're in good shape.
Looks like we're picking up momentum now.
We're jumping. I'm trying not to let my little trails take me out. I'm going to delete one. Yeah, I'm going to delete one. I hate when I do that to myself because if I delete one, I end up making dumb mistakes. But it's a lot of money. Okay, if this, I'm not going to fib to you. This account is not mirrored to any other accounts, mostly because I don't trust the way Trade8 does this or TradingView does this. Hold on, somebody's like weird breathing. Who's the weird breather? I'm gonna mute you all. There we go. Ha. You can unmute. You just can't like be weird sounding on here. But anyways, what was I saying? This account is not linked to the other 20 accounts. I don't want, if I'm gonna put stuff on this TradingView, I don't want any of these oops orders and things happening on that many accounts because then it sucks and then I got to start over with a billion things. So this is one standalone account by itself. I can't even claim, hey, I made $1,500 by 20 accounts because it's not true. Not true at all. But that's the 3, including the loss, which closed out at what, 375, 400-ish? I think it was 400, but don't quote me. This one's already locked. We're going to see if we can't get the bigger part. We've already hit the full range on the 15-minute. And that's it. I can answer questions on TradingView. I can answer questions for anything else. One person asked about trend lines, which I want to do with her tomorrow. I messed up this morning. I didn't go over it. I had it ready for her.
I'm here, Jenny.
Oh, hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I didn't forget you. See, I had it all ready. Look, I didn't make this right now. I had this ready from the other day.
Oh, thank you.
Just to kind of go over because you sent pictures of, you were talking about levels. So you were talking about levels and trend lines. Your image didn't show either, and I wasn't sure what you meant. I was all over the place going, okay, what?
Oh, it didn't show the lines?
I don't think it did.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
So sometimes when you take a picture, it won't include like this picture button. It won't include orders, or sometimes it won't include drawings, depending on how yours is set up.
Got it. Thank you.
But so what exactly do you want to go over? Look at that. Boom.
Learning how to, I guess, mark up the levels so I can know kind of where my trade is supposed to go.
Okay. You guys should all be locked on every one of these trades. I'm going to see if we can't maximize the whole potential. Obviously, no, we're going to run into some problems before this, and then I'm going to talk to her about those, just do a quick crash course. But you can also ask in the Discord and my team will get it posted. We have one on areas of interest. We have one on marking up pre-market. And then we have one on another something. Don't ask me exactly what. I'm gonna move this up a little bit. I'm not gonna give so much of that back. That's up $3,000-ish, guys, even after a loss. Depending on how much of this hits, it's 3,000. So definitely not a bad way to be. Actually, I'm gonna take these screenshots. I gotta get better at I'm not a salesperson. I just have no interest in being a salesperson. I'm gonna have to get me one of those peoples. But hold on, I'm gonna take these screenshots and we'll go over that. And Randy, I see your question, I will answer it. There we go. 1, 2. Sorry, I don't have a screenshot of the loss, but I will discuss it fair and square. This way I know for sure those actually show up. Otherwise, I don't know for sure they show up. Sometimes it doesn't show up. Okay, boom, got it, boom. Unpictured. Ish. There you go. So I got all those posted. Don't ask me what the final counts are gonna. Oh, dude, there's no. There's no. Look at how it looks, you guys. There's just nothing on there. There's no like trade on there. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Silly head. Let me move this out the way now. I tried. It didn't work. I did
That's
try.
really strange.
I did. You guys
Why
saw me
wouldn't
do
the
it.
screenshot show everything that's on the screen?
Yeah. I thought the screenshot would override their security setting, but it doesn't work. So it's just not on there. Oh well. Oh well, my friend. It is what it is. Okay, so let me
Jen,
check this. Go ahead.
How long that Apex 90% again? I just seen it
Till
drop.
Thursday. Don't miss that. If you're gonna buy any Apex accounts, don't miss that. If you're planning on trying out the automation, I highly recommend you have those. Don't touch them. I don't know what it is. I think it's like 16 bucks or something. It's just really cheap. I'm not saying go try to get your 2.6 million today. It's hard. You're gonna get mad. I get it. Me too. I'm mad with you. But honestly, for that price, you can't beat that. So
Okay, but I've been seeing a lot about the automation. Is the script already ready for demo testing, or is it
the script is ready for the 6 FTC
Okay.
members. They're gonna play with it. We're looking for another developer for Pine Script right now that can effectively kind of finish up some things. My other developer had a medical emergency, so and I just can't wait forever. I'm kind, and business has got to be business. So needless to say, need another developer who can finish up a couple of things because we've got the main parts built, but there's a few little things lacking and lagging. So
okay?
but yeah, it's functional. It's not pretty. It looks like a dying duck, but it's functional. Okay.
So do I look in our Discord or
I don't have it posted yet because last week we
Okay,
had so many
so-
people talking
alright.
about like
Cool.
basic things on TradingView. I was like, there's no way I can effectively talk about this now because seriously, it's going to get so lost in the sauce. The first person who brings things up, it's 100% effective right now. This is low. This is based off of a 3-minute time frame on NQ. Again, you're not looking for perfection. You're looking for hands-free profit, hands-free duplicatable profit with a reasonable stop loss. That's all you're doing. So yep, we've got it. Yep, it's working. But okay, good night, Mr. Marvin. Randy, I will get to your question next. I'm going to help Miss Ingrid. Don't laugh at me. Ingrid. Yeah, see? Ingrid, I got it right. I'm going to go to MES. I'm going to strip our chart of all indicators. Okay. I'm going to also right click and remove all drawings. Okay. We have a perfectly naked chart, about as perfect as it gets, minus all gaps. Well, can't control those. I'm going to go to the 1 hour time frame. Okay. You had asked about key levels, but I wasn't sure if you were talking key levels or if you were talking trend lines. So for me,
The key levels.
key levels. And when you say key levels, what do you mean?
So I was watching one of your videos that went over key levels where you did like the horizontal raise. You did the vertical line and then a horizontal raise before you started trading with the breakout indicator.
Oh, okay. So those levels are pre-market high and pre-market low. Now I got you. Now I can work with you because now I know what you're talking about. So let me do this. Let me get my little stuff placed in here for a second. And then we're going to go over that. The stuff for futures, very, very doable. Got it. And good. So before I come to class in the morning, and just to make it a little bit more effective, I'm going to go back to New York Open. So this is all the way down. 9:30, so 9 a.m. So at 9 a.m., this is the 9 a.m. candle. Well, technically it's 8, so it closes at 9. All I'm going to do is I always start by going to the bottom of the screen and I normalize the view. From there, I'm grabbing these little horizontal rays. I want to mark out yesterday, last business day. So Sunday's a little bit of a tricky area. Friday's always tricky. But business day, I want to mark out the high and the low of the during business hours. Now, I didn't decide that. No guru on YouTube gets to decide that. That's from 9:30 to 4:30 p.m., okay, Eastern Standard Time. I didn't pick those hours. Those are existing New York hours. And if you're ever unsure, you can go down to this little button and go to regular trading hours. That's the actual low, because those are the regular trading hours. That would be Monday, okay? Actually, I should be doing another Monday. So I've got Monday's low. Notice how we can't see any after hour stuff here. I'm gonna go mark up, in this case, Monday's high. This is 9:30 on Monday. How can I be sure? Because that's when the market opened, and if I'm not sure, I can go over here to regular trading hours and I'll be able to see it clean as day. So that's Monday's high and Monday's low, okay? From there, I'm gonna have to turn this back on, extended trading hours. I wanna know what happened in pre-market. Again, I always normalize my view just so I can get a clear idea. And I'm gonna go down to the 30-minute just because I get a little bit of a closer candle. And pre-market, again, Jenny didn't define it, it already exists. It's from 4 a.m. to 8:30, depending on who you ask. I usually do my pre-market 4 a.m. to 9:30, okay? So 4 a.m., I'm just looking right here on the bottom, scrolling my mouse all the way over to where 4 a.m. starts. This is 4 a.m., right? So I'm gonna take the highest point at 4 a.m. over, which is technically on these little candles, right? The highest point on the chart is somewhere, any of those areas, right? And the lowest point, so that's pre-market high, and this is pre-market low. And how I'm using these levels is when price opens up, if we take out pre-market's highs, I know I'm going for Monday's highs. If we take out Monday's highs, I'm looking to the left for other, what I call areas of interest, right? Key areas. A lot of people target highs, okay? And those are great liquidity swings. That's definitely somewhere great to target. But for me, I look for the areas of interest prior to those highs if I'm looking for targets. Why? Because especially in the industry we come from, which is Forex, right? The spread and the slippage, any key level on the chart widens so big. Even if your take profit was here, a lot of times it doesn't get activated, it doesn't get hit. Instead, it just widens, you missed it, and it kept going without you. So that's one of the reasons I do it personally. And on top of which, if we fail to make that higher, break that level, I still want to get out safely, right? If we break that level and retest it, now I know I've got a clear direction. If we are going to continue this downtrend, just I know it's not what we did today, but if we're going to continue this downtrend, how are we going to know we did that? When we break yesterday's low, we know that we're definitely continuing down. So now we're looking to the left. If this is done, so if the downtrend is done and we're going to retrace for a little while, how can we be 100% sure? Easy. We're breaking yesterday's high. Now we know we have broken this downward cycle and we are retracing. And what did we end up seeing happening? What did we end up seeing happening? We broke out above. So this is when market opened and around here, we pushed right through that level, right up into this level, came back, came all the way back down to respect this level, to retest this level. And now, of course, this is where we're at. So that's how I use those levels.
Thank you.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, it did.
Okay. Just so you know, you can also use things like Asian high and low, midnight open. That's a very ICT-ish or SMT kind of concept, midnight open is. You can use London high and low. I usually don't because the time I trade, these are the levels I need. And you can generally just use previous highs and lows. But for me, this information, if I'm going to be trading New York Open, is enough. If I have this and any imbalances marked up, especially if you're kind of targeting them, which is what we were targeting today, that's how we targeted this level, is we targeted that imbalance, okay? We'll know where we're going to be stopping, and we did. We came up into that level, man. This is one, we didn't have that one marked up. This was the one we had marked up. We broke through it and we just stayed at it the entire time. And we gapped the following day. So had I been trading more actively during Asian tonight and we're pushing up, I would have been targeting looking to the left. If we break this high, break this high, break this high, where are we going to next? What's our next stopping point or our next area of interest? It's going to be this imbalance. If we manage to get above this imbalance without drawing it, I'm just kind of talking through it with you. I'm going to be looking to break these. If we break these, I'm looking to break those, and then so on. But each one of these levels, as they get hit or missed, they tell us information. They make great targets, but they tell us information. If this gets hit and rejected off of, we're expecting that retracement now. And that's the other problem, is when people just try to take a retracement with no reason. Like there's nothing on the chart saying, hey, it's turning around now. Calling this your retracement level is silly. You want the retracement level to be at an area of significance. Otherwise, it's probably not a retracement. It's just a pullback on to continue in the same direction it's going. So, but I think that really clarifies that, I hope.
It does. Thank you.
You are welcome. You are, and it wasn't trend lines, right? Wasn't that? Let's go take a look at our ES. I think we pulled back on a lot of this stuff, but let's go take a look. That's ES. Okay, we're still sitting there. I think NQ probably is get knocked out. Not quite yet. 1,300 bucks and looking good. I thought this was going to pull us out. And $1,600. So not bad. Too bad I don't have these mirrored on all my accounts. That would have been smooth, but very simple. And no, not every day is simple. The hardest part is when you get the bad day and things aren't moving as clear, not to keep trading into chop. If you get chopped around, be done on the day and move on. If you happen to catch a big range day like what we did today, cool. Try to milk it for as much as you can, but if not, go on with your day. And that's it. So, but I saw Randy's question. I'm going to check the chat, and any other questions, let me know now. Can I trade off trading view only? I want to stay on one platform. Kurt, you can. For a single stop shop, it's a good place to be. If you're trying to accomplish something vastly different, I would recommend Tradebait, honestly. But if you just want to get your feet wet, you're coming from some other platforms, you're the, what is that? Just over analysis paralysis, all the fear kind of responses from all the platforms. I get it. They're frustrating and terrifying and overwhelming in every way. Just go to TradingView. I'm not going to say it's optimal, but it's definitely proficient. Okay, it's a proficient learning ground for one account. Okay, one account, just the one that you need. Oh, come on, push down. Push down. I'm trying to set the indicators on my MT4. Where can I find the license key? For Sherry, for which indicators? License keys for anything 6FTC are emailed to you. Sniper Pro, that's emailed to you through cooltradingtools.com. But put that in the support tab and we'll see and get you sorted in there. You should, it's the same personal license key that you get for any other 6FTC tool. Okay, so in the chat you can use TradingView only, but the free version they'll give you compared is, it's lagging a lot, seriously. Thank you, Kurt. Yes, if you buy any of those challenge guys, use code 6FTC. Let's see if we can't meet or beat some of the other major things on the market. I think we can. I think we can far surpass quite a few of the other things. If you're buying an Apex, if you're buying a Take Profit Trader, if you're buying any of those things, please use code 6FTC and let's build an army. I think I need like literally 50 more people in order to give away free accounts on Take Profit Trader. I was marking it and monitoring it like a hound, but I guess there was a typo back there. Very discouraging, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Does anyone know if I open my AMP Live Money account, they want to know what feed I want? CQG, is that correct? Yes, CQG is correct. Nice push. Second account hits 2K. Thank you, Kurt. I wonder if I took a screenshot of that, if I'm going to be able to keep it. Closed out $500. There you go. See, those came through, but the other trades didn't. So this hit full take profit. Way to go. This is still pushing around. That's okay. And NQ is still pushing around. Not bad. Sold 15 points. Good job. And now to the chat. Closed out. See, I'll take that one too. I don't know what I just took a picture of. I hit 3. Good job, David. Way to go. Easy peasy. There was a question by Randy. Randy, there's a couple websites. I will see if we can't get it posted in the Discord, the free public Discord, that help you with contract sizes. Can you go over contract sizes for futures? I wish I could be this like super smart math and public guru, but I am not. I'm just super human. So what I'm gonna do instead of doing that is, oh, I need that up, don't I? I'm gonna go to the 1 minute just to get everything out of our way and show you this up here. This is a free indicator. It's called Futures Tick Point Table. There's a chart, but most of the charts, I'm not going to fib, I have a hard time reading. They are nerve-wracking trying to comprehend them. So just to give you an idea, and I wish this included ATR, because if it included ATR, it would be way more valuable, but currently it doesn't. So NQ per point, and remember, this moves a lot of points. Just to give you an idea, this is already up 60 points, okay? So per point, it's $20 on NQ. Per tick, it's $5, okay? So this is 60 points, 243 ticks, okay? Now watch, this is NQ. Now let's go take a look at MNQ, which is the micro version. Before I even go there, remember the big dogs, the people who have the bajillions, they're not trading minis. This is called mini for a reason. This is a small portion of what the big guys are trading. So it's expensive for us, but it's not the most expensive, just to put that in perspective. MNQ, now take a look. $2 versus 20 per tick. 50 cents versus 5, right? To give you an idea, again, that's a 60-point drop, which is nothing. Some of those New York moves have been, gosh, 1,000 points just out of nowhere, just because they felt like it, just literally out of nowhere. So to give you an idea, this is always going to be 4 times. The point value is 4 times as much as the tick value. How they differ from contract to contract, MNQ is one of the most expensive, silver, platinum, very expensive. After that, I personally think gold is next, then ES, then YM as just a blanket. Crude oils is, I haven't traded enough to know to speak on it. But for points, you're always looking at 4 times the value of the ticks. If you're struggling learning that, my honest way I learned is by having a Project X account, and that you can get from Blue Guardian. That's how I got much better understanding, because I can change the stop losses and stuff to show me ticks versus points. Otherwise, it is crazy to see. Hey, iPhone, the indicator is fire. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you love it. I'm super glad you love it. Super, super glad. Very customizable. And wait until you see the rest. It's even more customizable than that. You have no idea. No idea. But we'll see. It's gonna take time and another developer. Just time and money, my friend. Time and money. This is Professor, huh? Well, welcome, Professor. Welcome. Randy, so that's MNQ, okay? Watch ES. ES looks very intimidating because ES is $50 per tick, right? Well, per point. But we know how big that drop was that we just saw on NQ. This one is only 14 points. This looks like it's more, but it moves a lot less. Again, that's why I think the ATR is a very important piece of information. So this is $50 per point or $12.50 point per tick. And again, that's always going to be, the points are 4 times as big as the ticks. The mini is 10 times as big as the micro. So the points are 4 times as big as the ticks. The mini is 10 times as big as the micro. That's one thing I can teach. That one I got down. It took a long time. Long time. So again, $5 versus $125 instead of $50 to $12.50. So you get the idea. Same thing across the board with all of these.
ATR right now is 9 ticks.
9 ticks.
So about 2 points.
That's not bad. What 1 minute?
1 minute. on the ES.
Hold on, let me look at my amp. Oh, yeah, it's 15 ticks on the 2 minute on MES. Or wait, let me be more fair. The second way to learn this stuff and to get good at it would be to or to get an amp demo account for free. It doesn't cost you anything. And MT5, Cool Trading Tools, has a tool that will help you too, because it gives you the ticks and it helps you just see the ATR. So you have a couple good options of how to learn it. Otherwise, I'm not going to fib. It's very hard to learn. William in the chat said another way to learn contract sizes is to use TradingView order panel. Play with the contract size and stop loss section. That's how I learned. I do know I can put an order panel up here. How do I get to it again?
Yes, if you like right click,
Uh-huh.
go see the trade, and it
Trade.
has like an arrow. You could just do like create order. There you go.
There you go.
And just don't make a button. And then if you play with with the stop loss, it goes to like 1 tick. And depending on the instrument, you'll see like the actual tick per calls, right? So then if you double the units section, that's the contract, you'll pretty much see how much each tick will cost. So for the mini NASDAQ, right? So if you have 2 units there for I'm sorry, not the mini, but the micro. Wait, which one? I'm sorry, you're on the
Well, yeah, no, I came
US
over here so we had a clear, clean field so y'all could see.
Yeah, so if you do like 15, if you do the and hit stop loss, you'll see how much all that costs. Usually I would just start like with 1 tick for the stop loss just to see like the value or how much it costs.
You just see me go to like 15, it's $1 bajillion negative.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's kind of faint, but you can see that what the cost is and what the take profit would be. And then in here you can type in, hey, we know that ticks are 4 times or 25% of the point value, right? So we know 40 ticks is going to be 10 points. So 40 ticks on YM, which is one of the cheaper instruments to trade, by the way. Very, very cheap to trade. Then you know exactly what it's going to cost you. You know, this is, we'll say 80. It's 20 points. And you can kind of see how that all kind of plays out. That's good advice too. Very good advice. iPhone, can you repeat the verbiage regarding the ATR again? I think what I was referencing at the time was this might look like it is way cheaper, and it is cheaper, but this moves the ATR of this. Remember, ATR fluctuates, based off of the last X amount of average, whatever, right? It fluctuates all the time. So this point value is $5 per point, but the ATR on this might be, actually, let me pull it up and let me be accurate. The ATR on YM or MYM more accurately is 23 ticks on the 2 minute time frame.
Oh, 2 minutes, okay.
There you go. Whereas the ATR on the MNQ is 58 ticks, moves a lot more, right? Moves a lot more. ES or MES more accurately is 15 ticks, so moves a lot less. This information is important, but without understanding that this same move, it might look the same on Y, or it looks comparable, right? This is YM. This is ES, looks pretty comparable. This is NQ. I mean, in visual acuity or whatever word I can't think of, that looks pretty comparable. But at the same time, it's totally not. This might be $1,000, the other one might be $200, the other one might be, $700 based off of one single contract, one mini contract, because the ATR is different and the value per point is different. Remember, the ATR is how many pips, points, ticks is a measurement of how much it moves in that time, the average trading range.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, come on out.
So on your where it says 5 contracts, 36 ticks, and I'm not sure. I trade with Joshua on this time. We trade on Zoom. I guess we talked about that before.
Yep.
I don't know. It just like it was an epiphany because I didn't really understand what that was. But I put that 5 contracts in, and then the 36 ticks is my stop loss. Is that correct?
Gold is already closed, so I'm going to go to gold just because it's a clean playing field.
Because if you go to your settings, like I go to my settings on the indicator and I put in, okay, I don't want to risk any more than $200.
Wait, you mean this one right here? I think I showed you guys this in class. That one, this indicator?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking
wait.
about your breakout indicator.
He goes, no, silly, the one you need. Okay. I'm so smart. Okay, so this right here.
Okay, so my risk, I put 200 in there.
Okay, 200.
Okay, that's how much money I'm risking per trade. And then when I go down to take the trade, well,
Are you following how many contracts it's telling you to take?
yes. Okay, so it says 0 there. I don't know why.
That's because I was on the minis. There's no way. I'm
Okay,
getting
so
$200.
5 contracts. If
Yeah.
if you pull out the trade thing that you have
I'm
up there,
going to right now. So watch this. If I go here and that's my stop loss, okay? If I click the settings into this and I say, where is it at? I want to risk $200. Now, before looking, this should be pretty close to 5 contracts. It's not exact. Sorry. This is always going to try to round down when possible. Okay, it won't round up. And I'm guessing maybe either way, you're pretty close. Okay, so you're not exactly dead on. You get the idea. But that's 5 contracts. That's how many it's telling you to use to risk exactly $200.
But I'm talking about the like on when I trade on my Trade account on Trading View. When you hit trade, the little box comes up and you can put all that stuff in there. Well, I put 5 units. I put 5 units, 5 contracts, 5 units, and then I go over to the stop loss and I put 34 or whatever that much is, and it's $198 is what it is.
So if this said 34
Yes.
ticks,
Okay, so
there
put
you
5
go.
units.
Yep. So I would put 5 units.
5, and then go to the stop loss over
Stop
here,
loss.
and then put 34. See?
Are you setting a take profit? Or are you kind of trying to
Yeah,
catch more or less?
I usually set it about $400 or $500. You know, maybe 100, 125.
So that would be a 2. Hold on. You're risking 200. You're setting it for 400 ish.
4 or 5, 455. I usually go probably 120 to 150 pips. I try to.
Pips, ticks, points.
Ticks,
Okay.
pips.
Okay, so I'm gonna just type in 120 because my brain is bringing.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
There you
Okay.
go. So this has you risking on this instrument, okay, approximately $170 with the
Yes.
including fees.
Yeah.
Okay, because don't
That's,
forget those
that,
fees.
I don't know if that's how that's supposed to work, but that's what I use it for, and it works out pretty good.
There you go. That's awesome. That's awesome. I have some things preset in here that will allow me to be a little quicker. I haven't traded on this in a while, so these have mostly been for testing, so take it with a grain of salt. But if I go here, if I right click, somebody in our class has taught me that. I'm gonna go to create order, okay? Go to market, and I just want to put in, let's say I want to put in, I don't know what your average take profit and your average stop loss is. Elijah just said he's copying 2 XFAs now. That's awesome. That is awesome. I'm so proud of you. That's awesome. Okay. What your average take profit is, let's say your average is 150. Okay. Your average stop loss, let's say it ranges between 30 and 45. I'm going to go on the higher end because remember, prop firms don't like to see you pull your stop loss out. Pulling it in is not the problem. Pulling it out is the problem. So I'm just going to go on the higher end and say 42. Okay. I would have this preset in there and say the average amount of contracts. I would keep this at 1 because I can always change the contracts. But I would have that set at 1 and then save this. Okay. So save order preset, and I'd name it. You got to name it too. But into this, so now it's always kind of ready, and it has my stuff in there, and I could just drag it and drop it. Because then instead of having to type all that in and be on time, like this one's fine because it kind of hung out for 5 or 10 minutes. But as you know, sometimes it's gone. It's, well, I missed it. So maybe a way to do that faster is if you have it already preset in here, you can have it loaded and then drop your number of contracts in and then hit buy. And you might have to adjust it a little bit, pulling the stop loss in or pulling the take profit down to key levels, et cetera, but it's not a bad idea. Just an option. Just an option. Somebody taught me that. So sold 15 points. Can I trade off a trading view? Hey, the public math isn't bad. How do I open my mic? Forex, if you're in the Discord community, you have the link for Zoom. If you're not, there's no way to unmute you for YouTube. But the Discord community is in the chat, so you can join it there. Or type your question real quick and I'll answer it. But then I'm hopping off. Because again, I'm going to say again, before you guys give all your money away to the prop firm, yes, go buy the challenge. Yes, buy 1 or 2. Don't go ham. Don't go crazy. Yes, get one mentor. It doesn't have to be me. Pick one person you like and you resonate with. Pick 1 to 2 strategies. You're good to go. But don't keep selling your time because there's going to be somebody and something at every given time. The whole idea from this is to make some money and go somewhere else, to go do something else. It's to have time freedom. So that is the overall goal of everything that we're accomplishing. Financial freedom, if it takes you 20 hours a day, is not financial freedom. It's just imprisonment, self-inflicted. That's all it is. Your boss isn't making you stay. You are at that point. So Forex J, if you put your question in the chat, I know there's a bit of a lag. So I'll wait 1 more second for your question and then I'm hopping off. But we got 3 great trades. I'd have to do up the math. I don't know, at least 3 to 4 grand, including loss, give or take. Only 64 people said we fill the gap. Came pretty close here. All right, cool. Ask your question next time and come hang out with us a little bit. Well, I've got soccer season right now, so my PM schedule's a little out. Joshua, hey, guess what? I got it right. I got beyond the J. Okay, I've got soccer season with a whole bunch of J's, by the way. So a lot of my Asian sessions are a little bit busy, but in the Discord, there's an audio. You guys can definitely go. Feel welcome to chime in there, create a little, hangout and just trade together. There's definitely no shame in that. Like become and build the community. That's what we're there for. That's what we're trying to build on Six Figure Trading Coach, the Discord and the community. Your secret word for tonight is passing props. All one word. PASSING PROPS. Passing props. It's an automated system that spits that out. So that's a secret code. Again, congratulations to Lyndon who won the last 50K challenge. I think we've given away close to $500,000. If not, it's still in the 400. And again, none of that is free to me. None of it. It's 100% out of my pocket. So please do make sure you're continuing to support the channel. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. And I hope you guys all have a beautiful day. I will see you guys tomorrow morning live in class. Hopefully catch some pips tonight with Smooth. We'll see how tomorrow goes. Not pips, but points. Good night, guys. God bless. Sweet dreams. Bye-bye. Stop.